and they have minds of their own. These young adults go to see movies that are rated X, rated R. They go to beaches and they dress the way, I mean, scantily and clad in their swimsuits.
We're not teaching them anything.
And we're not teaching them anything. These children know, excuse me, these young adults know more than I do. And first and second of all, I want to set the record straight. I'm a little upset that all of the negative press that's coming out, they're connecting me to the movie East Side Story. My whole act doesn't have anything to do with the movie East Side Story. I'm a separate entity. I belong to Tough City Records, and my record will be out in a week. And this is what I do, and everyone's going to see it.
Excuse me, Wanda, they may know a lot, but we do not have to add on to their knowledge. I am sorry. We do not have to add on to it.
Hey, let me set the record straight on one thing here, too. We should mention that during the assembly, the kids went wild. They loved this stuff. Now, somebody at the school stopped the performance kind of before the end, and the kids were really upset, weren't they?
If the tape had been allowed to continue, you would have seen the kids on top of their chairs yelling, "Hell no, we won't go." Mr. Julian Jenkins, who was in charge of the school because Mr. Clark was 3,000 miles away taping their Arsenio Hall show, though he promised me he'd be there, Mr. Jenkins stopped the show, and that's what started the scandal. The kids kept yelling, "We want Wanda, which is on the tape.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you were in that auditorium. What was it like?
Well, everybody liked it. As for me, I did too. I mean, it's like she said, we are young adults, and we do see more things than that. I mean, come on, we're not kids. These are the 80s, and that's nothing. They weren't doing anything bad, but showing what they have to do, you know, that's their thing.
Okay, yes.
I don't mean to put two things separate, okay? But you said that they're trying to put a stop to this, all right? The stop should have been put, okay, when the movie came out. If you didn't mind...
Oh, wait a second.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wanda's already said she's not a part of that movie.
No, I know, not her. I'm talking to the lady. If you didn't mind them making the movie there, okay, during school hours, quote unquote, or whatever, okay? Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to jump on you. But if you didn't mind that, so why criticize this? Kids like this as well as the movie.
But like I said, I did not support Warner Brothers coming in here and making a movie in my city. I'm the only one who voted against it because I did not feel as though they should have left it there in the first place. You know, they set up sets every place else. They should have did that. But see, you have to look at this from a moralistic view. I don't care what the young people like. That's the reason that we're in the problem that we have it now with drugs, teenage pregnancy, and everything else that revolves around young people. Because nobody said nothing when it was going on.
I'm sorry.
Everybody turned their head. Everybody turned their head.
This act, please do not connect this act to drugs and teenage pregnancy. No one went out and shot up or got someone pregnant and raped someone
just a few moments ago.
This act was on stage.
Am I correct? Was she moaning and groaning a few months ago in sexual mood? Now, do not tell me you cannot connect it with sex. Her act is the act that should be in...
Truce, 1 second. We got a phone call. Good morning, you're on People Are Talking.
Yes, I think that 18 and 17-year-old children are still children. They're not young adults. They don't know things. I think when you go to school to learn, you go to school to learn, not to learn about that disgusting thing that they're doing in school.
Thank you for your call.
If you want to learn something, you go in a nightclub or out in the street learning. You don't go into school learning. I think it's disgusting, and I think they should be shot.
All right, listen, you know what I would like to do? I would like to do, I have about a minute left there.
That was my mother calling me. Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate it.
Eric,
I knew she'd do that.
I have about a minute left. First of all, we should say that Joe Clark did approve this.
Yes.
Okay, he did know about this.
Yes.
Vera, he's in charge of this school. Very popular man in Patterson. What do you think should happen to Joe Clark?
I do not agree with this. This is the poster that Joe Clark saw and he approved of. This poster, he showed this young lady here. Now, I do not see the naked men jiggling their booties on this poster. So I do not see that on this poster. First of all, this is what was in town. Nobody in town saw the dancers until they were on the front page of this paper.
Might I add in closing, again, that these are bodybuilders in posing trunks who pose for a living. It is a sport. They do not do any sexual gyrations on stage. I think what is smut is championship wrestling, 200, 300-pound men in their drawers jumping on top of each other. That's smut.
Ring the bell. It's over, folks.
And they watch
It's
that all
over.
the time.
All right, listen.
The gorgeous ladies are wrestling. They watch that after Soul Train on Saturdays. Jesus Christ, nobody went out and did anything behind this show. It's a showcase of inspiration, motivation, education.
Let me go to a break, all right? Let me get a break in here. Get the idea you wouldn't want to oppose Vera in city council, huh? All right, we're going to go to a break. First, we're going to go to the newsroom, though, and Van Hackett. Van? All right, welcome back to People Are Talking. If you think things were cooking at East Side High last week, they're cooking here on this show today. I cut you off because I had to go to a break, Vera. What did you say should happen to Joe Clark, the principal?
As Joe Clark viewed this poster that he was told was going to happen, I don't feel as though the responsibility lies as much with Joe Clark as it does with Eric, because Eric did not tell him what the big surprise was. So therefore, he was not aware of the dancers doing the gyration.
So what do you think for Eric? The death penalty or something? What?
Eric has to straighten that out with the city of Patterson and the Board of Education.
That's not true.
Because
when we went to this pre-screening of Lean on Me, Joe Clark's limousine was late getting him, and he had to go to court. We rode him in the backseat of our limousine, and I told him about LaWanda's dancers. If the video had continued, you would have seen they did African dance moves. Whenever African dancers dance, they are scantily clad. It's part of ethnic art.
And there are gyrations.
Not gyrations, it's African dance movement. Joe knew about it.
All right, now, you said that Eric has got to settle this with the city of Patterson, right? I'll tell you one guy in the city of Patterson he can settle it with right now. We've got the mayor, Frank Gray, on the phone. Mr. Mayor, welcome to People Are Talking.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mr. Mayor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. What do you think about what happened at the school last week?
Okay, let's put it into two areas.
Okay.
Number one, did Joe Clark in Eastside High School when he started the same day? We both July 1st, 1982. Him as principal of Eastside